Hey guys, and welcome to my makeup collection video. So first of all, please ignore all the stains on the floor. My carpet is horrifically stained and I probably need a new carpet, but I'm at uni so it really doesn't bother me. But today I thought that I would take you guys on a little bit of a tour of my makeup. I am going to put you in a tripod when I'm actually going through everything, but just to give you the main overview, I've got this box here which I'm just going to go through very quickly. So just keep my hairbrush and then things that kind of aren't makeup, like my perfumes, some hairspray, dry shampoo, deodorant. Then I keep my Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray in here. This is like an essential. Then I've just got this little mirror here. This is filled with like jewellery and bits and bobs like that. And then in here we've got my makeup brushes, which desperately need a wash. Most of my makeup brushes are Spectrum brushes. They are such good quality. I've had them for years and they're still going strong. And then I also have a couple of Morphe, and then I also have some Real Techniques ones. So these are the ones that I use on like a daily basis. Then I've just got a little candle here, and then as we move down, these are my drawers. So these were kind of like almost like filing cabinet drawers, which I picked up from Ikea. They were really inexpensive. I just kind of found that I didn't really need the Alex drawers. That would have just been way too much for the amount of makeup I have. Like, I would say this is definitely like a pretty average makeup collection. But without further ado, I'm going to get you guys in my tripod and I'm going to start going through all of my drawers. Okay, so as you can see, we are going to start off with the very top drawer. This drawer is basically my base drawer. I have got things like primers, foundations, bronzers, blushers, contour, concealer, powder. Yeah, essentially it is everything base drawer. So I think what we're going to do is start off kind of in the back corner here, and then we'll work our way from the bottom to the front. So this drawer is actually broken. I can pull it out a lot further than all the other drawers, which isn't great, but we're just going to try and ignore that. But for the purposes of this video, it's quite good. So as you can see, the way that I store my makeup is literally just in little containers, like kind of what you get like a takeaway in. This has just worked for me. They're like deep enough and wide enough to fit things, but they also is a good way to store them without them like going everywhere. And yeah, this is just what works for me. It's not the fanciest way. So I'm going to start off with the foundation drawer, like I said. So this is probably like my all-time favourite foundation. This is the CYO Long Lasting Live Proof foundation. I've got mine in the shade 104. This is great if you're cool toned, because as you can tell from the bottle, it's such a cool toned foundation. I actually haven't used it for quite a while, but if you're looking for kind of like, I would call this like kind of medium coverage, and it definitely does last a long time. Super affordable, would definitely recommend, and CYO products are always on offer in Boots, so 10 out of 10 for that. Moving on, we then have my absolutely beloved Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. I also really love this. I mean, to be honest, I quite like all my foundations. This one I like to use if I know it's like a special occasion, or I want my makeup to really look flawless and last all day, or if my skin is going through a bit of a stage. I've got this one in the shade Too Cool. Pretty good match for my skin, a little bit light, but I can darken it up. So yeah, I'd recommend this if you have kind of normal to oily skin. The only thing I don't like about it is unless I use a hydrating primer under it, then it can be pretty bad in terms of making me just look a little bit cakey and dry. So under those two, we have got, this is my NARS, is it Natural Radiant Longwear Concealer. This, again, I really like. It needs a bit of a shake. It's looking a bit minging. Haven't been using this so much recently, but for a natural foundation, it is super nice. I've got mine in the shade 1, in the shade L 2.5 Yukon. So yeah, really like this. Would recommend if you have pretty kind of normal skin, but could also work well for dry or oily skin, to be honest. I would say it's quite an inoffensive finish. Next to this, we have got my Urban Decay All Nighter. This is in the shade 2.5. This one is so full coverage. I haven't used it in quite a while because sometimes I just feel like it's almost too much coverage. However, if you like super full coverage, would definitely recommend this. However, I don't know, as much as I like the bottle, it hasn't blown me away, but if you like full coverage, you might want to give it a go. And then last but not least, got my L'Oreal True Match in the shade 1N Ivory. I actually didn't like this for quite a while, and I just bought it because my CYO1 ran out, but I've actually come to really like it in the last few weeks. It gives quite a nice, I would say, pretty dewy finish, but nothing crazy, and it's just a nice natural foundation for when you don't want to use one that's crazy expensive. So moving on to the next drawer, this is where I keep my kind of like primers, etc. type things. So we've got my Body Shop Honey Bronze Drops with Glow, like kind of darkening drops. These are amazing for when your foundation is too light. The Ordinary High Adherence Silicone Primer. This is great when you want your foundation to stay put, but it also feels quite moisturising. This, which is my absolute all-time favourite at the minute, the Ciate Watermelon Burst. Just a very nice light hydrating primer. Then got this little tester of the Tarte Double Duty Beauty base tape. Yet to use this, but it does smell amazing. And again, another mini of the Tarte Stay Spray. Once again, yet to use this, but also smells amazing. We then have this little CYO Triple Fix Prime, Glow and Set Mist. Basically, give it a shake. Goes like this. I like to use this under my makeup to give it a nice kind of dewy and glowy effect. And then the last one under here, this is a YSL Touche Éclat, no idea how to pronounce that, Blur Primer, and this was the pink one, which basically is meant to brighten. I do quite like this, however, I find it's very, very heavy and just so silicone-y feeling on my skin. I'm not the biggest fan, however it was on offer when I bought it. Then just also have a makeup sponge, and this is just some NARS primer testers because I'm looking to buy a NARS primer soon. So moving on to my little concealer and powder compartment, I have some oldies that I've literally used since I started wearing makeup. The Rimmel Stay Matte powder. I mean, this one just looks disgusting. I do have a newer one in the front, but that's just like a cult YouTuber favourite. I then also have this Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush bronzer, which you can see me in. Wow, that's not a vibe. Anyway, yeah, this is just really, really gorgeous setting powder. If you don't want mess of a loose powder, I would 100% recommend giving that a go. Then we just have my absolutely disgusting Real Techniques sponge. This has been washed, but it's kind of stained like this. And then in there we also have this little mini sponge which came with my Tarte Shape Tape. So moving on. And then also down here have a Laura Mercier loose translucent setting powder. Is that what it is? I don't know, but basically every YouTuber on the planet has it and raves about it, and that is definitely for good reason. I absolutely love this, especially if you want a very flawless full coverage look. It's great for that. However, it can be quite messy, so if you're on the go, I wouldn't recommend taking this with you. I then just have this tiny little brush which I use for contouring my nose. Not sure why that's in there, but it is. Then two of my absolute favourite kind of popped cream concealers. These are the CYO High Coverage Concealers. One in fair, one in medium. These are just so good. I cannot rave about them enough. You do kind of need to warm the product up on your finger, but if you're wanting full coverage for spots, that's what I use these on, then I would 100% recommend. I love CYO products, rave about them all the time. No one ever speaks about them, and I honestly don't know why, because I honestly find them just amazing. And then we also have one of the NARS Soft Matte Concealers. Is that what this is? Yeah, Soft Matte Concealer in the shade Light to Vanilla. This also very, very good. However, can you see that dent I've already made in it? I've honestly barely had this and already made that big of a dent. So whether or not it's worth the money, I honestly don't know. I feel like my CYO concealer does just as good job. This is definitely a bit more creamy, but apart from that, the CYO honestly just does the same thing. Moving on, we've got my Tarte Shape Tape. I'm yet to get a lot of use out of this. It actually kind of just got delivered from America, but Heard amazing things, so I'm super excited to use it. This is in the shade 20B, which is a very, very good match for me, and the doe foot applicator is absolutely ginormous, so if you had big areas to cover, this would be good. However, I checked how much is in it, and it's literally exactly the same as the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and when you compare the sizes, you kind of think the Tarte had more. So yeah, anyway, this I also have this concealer, the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Concealer in the shade Light 2 Vanilla. I absolutely adore this. Like, the way people rave about it is not without good reason. If you put this under your eyes, it just gives you the most flawless coverage that does not crease, so love that for under the eye. Then also have more YouTube favourites. These are the collection Lasting Perfection. These are just great for under the eye spots, a bit of everything, and they're super affordable. And then down the bottom, I've got this CYO highlighting concealer with a brush and a little thing, but it's way too dark for me, so I may give this away to a friend because I don't really get much use out of it. So moving on to this drawer, this is essentially my bronzers, contour stuff, blushers and highlighters. Don't have an awful lot, but have more than enough for me. So I think we'll start maybe like down here at the front. They're all gonna like just timber when I take some out, but that's fine. So starting off, I have this little mini NARS Orgasm blush, really, really beautiful pink shade, but to be honest, I don't really get the hype. I find that it's just not very pigmented. If you're after a very subtle blush, then I'd recommend this. But if you want something like a bit more obvious, I probably wouldn't. Then this little mini Tarte Amazonian Clay blush. This is a gorgeous pinky shade. This is in the shade Party. Gorgeous. Love this. Then, of course, a CYO product. This was my blush of choice for so long. It's very intense. I used to only have to use the tiniest bit of it, but very, very nice blusher if you want something more intense. And this is called Crush on Blush. And down the side here, I have my Nude Sticks little Nudies blur stick. This is what I use when I want to contour. Honestly though, I haven't got that much use out of it because I just don't love cream products. I find that they just move my foundation, and I don't know how to get them to not do that. So any recommendations, please let me know. Then also have this little mini Benefit Cha Cha tint, which is like for your cheeks. This is quite nice and subtle. However, I've had it for quite a while, so I feel like I probably should throw it out. Next, I've got my Balm Mary Luminizer. I bought this so many years ago. I'll actually show you guys. It's disgusting. Like, look at the state of that. Probably need to throw it out, but it's just such a gorgeous highlighter that I can't bring myself to throw it out. Then down the side here, I've got my Benefit California blush. I'm not blown away by this. Again, won't lie. Don't love it. It's a bit too subtle for me, but it does smell amazing, so there's a plus. Next is my L'Oreal Life's a Peach blush. I love this. It smells like peaches. It gives you the most amazing summery glow. Like, definitely don't use too much of this because you can go overboard and just look like a disco ball. But if you use the right amount, you can get away with just wearing this with no highlighter. It is beautiful. Next, I've got my Body Shop Honey Bronzer in the shade 3. This is a very, very nice natural bronzer for when I'm not wearing a lot of makeup. This was a cult favourite back in the day. Essie Butter and now Estee Lalonde used to rave about this, and that is why I kind of got on the bandwagon of using it, and I still do use it today. Next, we've got my Charlotte Tilbury blusher in the shade Pillow Talk. This is a classic. Love it. Absolutely, like, favourite blush I've ever tried. It's just such a stunning pink shade. Very universal as well. Love that. Then we have my highlighter of choice at the minute. This is the NARS highlighter in the shade Albatross. It is kind of like just a natural glowy shade. It's more kind of silver toned, however, not quite as light as it looks on camera. Try and like show you guys. You see that? Don't know if you can see that, but it just gives a nice natural kind of glow. So yeah, really, really like that. And then last in here, which you'll be able to know what this is because of the sheer size of it, it's my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Bronzer. I think this is in the shade Medium. Yes, and I'm fair, so this is very good shade match for me. The fair one just looks way too fair, even for someone like me who is quite fair skinned. But yeah, this is flawless. I just love it. So easy. Love the mirror. Thumbs up from me. And then totally forgot to show you, but down the side here is a little tester of the Glossier Cloud Paint, which I'm excited to use. I've heard good things about the Cloud Paint, but I feel like it might be a bit natural for me. But anyway, this is my kind of face base, all things base drawer. And now we're going to move on to the eye drawer. So I think I'll just do it in the same order as last time. We'll start back here. So back here I've got things like cream eyeshadows, single eyeshadows, all kind of things like that. So I still got my colour tattoos. Absolutely love these. Very, very old by now, but still love them. Still wear this shade all the time. Pink gold. It is just gorgeous. As you can see, had a lot of use out of it. I've got my single Urban Decay eyeshadow in the shade Spike. Very nice orangey shade. Love that. Some like glitter pigments. A little Kiko blue eyeshadow for when I'm feeling a little bit kind of crazy. This little L'Oreal eye paint. It's very nice. A mini primer potion. I've got a Bobbi Brown shadow stick in the shade 24 Carat. I got that in TK Maxx not too long ago and did a testing video using it. This Milk Makeup little cream eyeshadow. Absolutely love this. So easy to blend. Would recommend. And then just got like some random glitters from collection. Things like that. So moving on to this drawer, we've got my little sharpener, which I just like to keep in here. Pretty boring to be honest, but it does the job. I have loads, 3 of the Super Cat eyeliners. Best eyeliner I've ever tried. Super black, really easy. Getting into eyeliner a lot recently, and these have made it a lot easier to do that. This is just a black liner from French Connection. This is really nice as like in the waterline. It's a Maybelline Master Drama The Nudes, like a champagne kind of pink colour. So yeah, it is really, really pretty. A little Body Shop eyeliner, which I use in my waterline. And as well a Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil, which I also use in my waterline. So along to here, this is kind of where I keep all my brow stuff. Don't have a huge amount. I definitely prefer to collect base products, but still enjoy having this stuff nonetheless. So this is a little L'Oreal brow pomade thing. I used to use this all the time, as you can see from how disgusting it looks. And then it has a little brush on the end, which I still use now to like blend in eyebrow product. Don't use this anymore, but used to love it. This is what I use if I want to fill my brows in quite extreme. This is the L'Oreal High Contour Brow Artist in the shade 105 Brunette. It's really good. It's a little NYX pencil, but the actual pencil broke off and I'm just left with a spoolie, but I really like the spoolie, so that's why I keep that. Then moving on, got this little like elf brow gel, which does the job. Kind of ran out now, probably just throw it out. And then 2 recent additions to my collection. This is 2 Glossier brow products, which I'm absolutely adoring. Like the hype is a hype for a reason. So we've got the Brow Flick and the Boy Brow, both just in the shade brown, I'm pretty sure. And these are amazing. If you're wanting a more natural brow, 10 out of 10, would highly recommend. Then in here I've got like eyelash curlers, tweezers, scissors, and then my mascaras. Don't have loads of mascaras, won't lie. I just don't see the point in buying loads because they constantly dry out and need replacing anyway. But I have got, this is pretty battered, but the Maybelline Lash Sensational, a classic. A mini Urban Decay Perversion, which is okay, don't love it. It's a Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. Haven't got too much use out of this, so can't really give it an honest review, but when I have, I will. And then my favourite, Benefit Roller Lash. This wand makes it so easy. Like, look how small that is. It just makes it so easy to apply mascara. Absolutely love that, 100% worth the money. I think Benefit actually have 30% off at the minute as well, if you want to check that out. So moving on to the next drawer. Okay, here we are at my lip drawer. Now, it may look like I have quite a few lip products, but I don't know. I wouldn't say I do. They've definitely been collected over the years. As ever, we're going to start here. So have a very minging Natural Collection lip gloss. This is gross. I'm sorry that you need to look at that. I'm going to put it up there. I just use it when I want to kind of make a matte lip gloss. Put on the clear gloss. A little Tarte lip gloss thing. A lot of kind of random stuff in here that I don't always use. This is a Tarte matte lip paint in the shade Birthday Suit. It's very, very pretty. Some L'Oreal lip paints. They're very nice. Anastasia liquid lip in the shade Toast. It's a bit dark for me now, but I used to really like it. Some Kiko like lip gloss. This is a Sephora red liquid lipstick. This is beautiful. Probably been discontinued. I got it when I was in France with school, but it's such a nice red shade. I always use that if I want red. Sexy Mother Pucker. This is like a Kylie liquid lipstick. This, does anyone remember these? When Tanya Burr brought out her lip glosses and everyone was obsessed. Probably need to throw this out. That's very old. Then we just have some like Body Shop lip paints. And then at the back here, this is like a NYX soft matte. Used to love this shade, not so much anymore. It is the shade Cans. So yeah, that's kind of everything that is back there. It's just kind of like lip glosses, liquid things, like basically anything that's not in a lipstick formula, I suppose. Then moving on, this is kind of the lipsticks that I don't tend to reach for all that often. So this is a Gatineau like lip balm kind of thing. This is a Topshop lipstick. Everyone was obsessed with this back in the day. This is in the shade Macaroon. Oops, probably should throw it out. But I remember when everyone was just obsessed. This is a very bright Maybelline lipstick in the shade Magentic Magneta. Very, very bright pink. Probably not going to go through all of these, but some Revlon lipsticks. This is, I think, Strawberry Shortcake. Everyone used to be obsessed with this as well on YouTube. And a CYO little lipstick kind of thing. Some Benefit stuff. Revlon Moisture Stain. This, again, I think Zoella had this and got everyone obsessed. It is a Kate Rimmel matte lipstick in the shade 107. Like, look at this shade. That's such like a 2013 YouTuber shade. And then some Bourjois stuff. CYO again. This, which was my all-time favourite lipstick. Like, I used it up. That's unheard of with lipsticks, to be honest. But literally, look at that. There's no more can come out. It's Rimmel in the shade Trendsetter. Anyone know if this is still around? Please let me know, because it's just the perfect kind of pinky nude. And then at the bottom there, I just have like a Charlotte Tilbury kind of lipstick swatches testing thing. I feel like I need to speed up. This video is going to be so long and I'm getting cramp in my feet. Okay, so over here, this is lipsticks that I wear more on the regular, plus my MAC lipsticks. So some an Illamasqua shade in the shade Bray. Bear Bray, dear me. That's what that looks like. Nice nude shade. This is Anastasia in the shade Mauve. Not really a lover of this. Don't really know why I bought it, but sometimes I just do that because I'm an idiot. And then this, which I got for my birthday, Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in the shade Pillow Talk. I am obsessed. Look how gorgeous that is. Just appreciate, please. Amazing pinky nude. This, which is another one of my favourites at the minute, it is a Urban Decay lipstick in the shade Safe Word. Again, a nice pinky nude. Love the UD as well. Love that. And then another one of my faves is this Collection lipstick in the shade 21 Rosewood. This is more of a like kind of satiny finish. It's not quite matte, which I really, really like. So yeah, that is a beautiful shade. Then I just have my MAC lipsticks. I'm going to try and go through these as quickly as possible, or this video is going to be so long. Velvet Teddy. Everyone knows what this looks like. pretty much gone, used to death when I was like about 13 maybe. Honey Love, this is a very, very nice nude, but it kind of makes my teeth look a bit yellow, so I'm not like 100% sold on it, to be honest. What is this? Whirl. This I still wear to death. A lot of people say that they wouldn't wear a shade like this now, but it will focus. I really like it. It's just like a, there we go, kind of. It's just like a nice, very, very dark colour. Then we've got, okay, whatever shade this is has rubbed off, but I'll be able to tell. Oh yes, Stone. I used to love Stone back in the day, but I haven't really worn it as much recently. It's like a brown shade. And then Russian Red, very much true red, but I don't really like it as I feel like it makes my teeth look a bit yellow. I much prefer the Sephora one. And then this Cream Sheen in the shade Cream Cup, a very, very classic kind of pink colour. So yeah, that is all of my MAC lipsticks and lipsticks that I enjoy on the daily. Here are all my lip liners. I'm not going to show you all of them, just going to go through some favourites. So got my Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip cheat, really like that. I got some new look lip liners which are actually pretty decent. Barry M do very decent lip liners. I've been really enjoying this one in the shade Blush. I haven't really done swatches because I'd be there forever, but this is a really nice lip liner if you like to wear nudes. I have Whirl somewhere. Here's Whirl, but it's very, very tiny. So yeah, that's the lip drawer. So here we have my palette drawer. Honestly, I don't have loads of palettes just because I don't need loads of palettes. Like, I don't wear eyeshadow all the time, and every colour, like, I feel like I have anyway. So a lot of these are quite old. We've got my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. This is just absolutely, just look at the state of it. I still really love it and enjoy it. It's just a bit of a mess. Modern Renaissance palette. I love this. Quite possibly my favourite formula of eyeshadows ever, but I hate the packaging. Like, I hate the feel of velvet, so I don't get as much use out of this as I would if the packaging didn't make me want to like die in a hole. But yeah, very beautiful palette. Naked 3, loads of use out of this. I remember buying this when I'd saved up loads of money from cleaning my granddad's house and going into a shop in London and buying this with my money. I was so excited. So yeah, I love that. Then I got a Naked Heat. Again, this is probably one of my most used palettes. Love these shades for a very natural eye. Naked Basics. I used to use one of these shades, which you'll be able to see in a minute. Naked 2 for my eyebrows, but apart from that, don't really get any use out of this at all. A little mini quad from Beauty Works. It's a nice pinky quad. Got this for my birthday from my boyfriend's mum. Very appreciative. Then we've got this little kind of MAC Create Your Own palette. This one is Bleach London, but the rest are all MAC shades. Unsure of their names. They're not the best quality, to be honest. Not hugely happy with MAC eyeshadows, but got that. Then we've got my Kevyn Aucoin Jewel Pop palette. I love the blush in this, but apart from that, it was probably a bit of a waste of money. I did get it in TK Maxx, so it was very cheap compared to what it is usually. Then, again, this is a favourite. This is the Morphe palette in the shade 15 and Night Master. So as you can see, very battered, very bruised, but that just shows that it's a well-loved palette, my friends. And then back here we've got this massive Morphe palette in the shade 35P Plum Pleasures. Don't get as much use out of this as I feel like I should. Absolutely gorgeous palette. It's just so big. But yeah, maybe I should get more use out of this, to be honest, because it is a very, very pretty palette, like I've said. So yeah, that is my palette drawer. I would like to kind of maybe get more palettes, but I just don't feel like I need any. I'd like a nice colourful one, maybe, to do kind of more colourful eyeshadow looks. But for now, this is all I've got and this is all I need. Okay, so down here, we're getting into the depths of just the most random drawers ever. Obviously, this is like medication, plaster. This is like the when I'm ill drawer. Got some makeup wipes, and then back here, I keep brushes that I don't use so much anymore. So like my Real Techniques powder blush. We've got a lot of like Morph brushes back here, some Japanesque brushes, some Real Techniques brushes, just brushes that like I'll still use if I need them but don't like reach for them day to day. And then in the very back here we have got my lip balms, so not going to go through them all. These are the ones that I'm loving at the minute, the Glossier Balm.coms, especially berry and mango. They just smell amazing, loving them a lot. And then I have my collection of baby lips, which I collected back in school. Probably again should throw them out, but I just love them. And then we got some Vaseline back there, a Soap and Glory lip balm, and then this, which I have been loving recently. It is a Dr. Paw lip balm. Helen Anderson actually recently mentioned this and I was like, oh my god, like I've been loving and using that as well. Gives a really nice tint. If you want more of a tint than the Glossier ones, I'd recommend looking at Dr. Paw because they are very nice for like minimal makeup days. Okay, here I bring you the very last drawer. Makeup wipes. Have too much makeup wipes. Random bits. This is like a NARS foundation pump that I don't actually need. This is a liquid highlighter from Anastasia. I do not know, that I'm selling. Load of nail polishes back there. Favourites are OPI. And these Maybelline ones are very, very pretty. Anyway, this is not about my nail polishes, so yes. Last but not least, my lashes. When I'm on the go, right, this is the most like amazing thing that I just like randomly did one day. If you ever get like a travel set, this comes on a toothbrush. Put your lashes in here when you want to like bring them around, like if you're staying at friends or your boyfriends or your girlfriends or something like that. Would recommend using that. This is some Demi Wispies which I have worn a few times, but I like to get a lot of wear at my lashes before I finally say they're done. They're still in good condition, so that's fine. Then just have some Tarte lashes. Which ones are these? Can't find what kind they are, but they're very, very full lashes. They just scare me a little bit, not gonna lie. And then this pair, which kind of look like the Demi Wispy. They're very nice. And then these, which I'm so excited to try. My boyfriend's mum got me them for my birthday. Just look how gorgeous Jamie Genevieve's lash collection with Tarte lashes are. Can't wait to try them. Then at the very bottom here, we just have a Eyelure Exaggerate pair. Mainly got this for this thing. Looks like a thing to help you apply your lashes. That is my full lash collection, I suppose. And this means that it is actually the end of my makeup collection video. I hope I haven't sped through this, however I feel like it's just a very, very long video and I could have spoke for way, way longer. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below. I'd love if you would join. I do make some makeup videos. I'm going back to uni soon, so if you randomly clicked on a makeup video but you like uni content, then please feel free to stick around. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys!